It's minicamp and OTA season, and today we're looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars and getting a good look at Travis Hunter from today's practice. We're going to watch him work through some drills, catch some balls, and everything else. Before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at practice, rookie camp, minicamp, OTAs, soon-to-be training camp workouts. So you can see what your rookies are doing behind the scenes. Those quarterback battles, those guys you're drafting in fantasy football, your favorite team, whatever it is, it's right here. Click that button. Stop missing out on what your players are doing behind the scenes so you know what's going on in season. Almost 6 minutes of clips here. These are hot, fresh, right off the press here. Practice is wrapping up even, but here we go. Here we go. There he is. Boom. Getting some work in. All these clips, I believe, are from the beginning of practice, and then they shut down the media from being able to film on the back end. There he is. He got some work in today at defensive back. You'll see that coming up. He's been getting a lot of work at wide receiver and OTAs and rookie camp, and he's getting moved around. All in all, things are looking good, and the media at minicamp was hyped up over Travis Hunter. We're getting clip after clip. They're filming anything they can on him, whether it's coaching or whatnot, which is good, which is going to be fun for training camp. Seeing how he gets developed, how he gets implemented in practice, considering he's a two-way player. Considering we're getting like a new age type Deion Sanders-esque player where we're playing both sides. And how that's going to be used and functional for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But this is a player here that's done that at the high level at the college scene. That being said, Travis Hunter is probably going to make some waves. But I also would give him some grace to allow him time to develop because rookies are going to be rookies. That just makes sense. And he's learning multiple positions. Just give him some time to develop. But the feet's there. Now, their facility, their grass gets tore up pretty quick. You definitely can see that. Evidently, this is start of practice. This is start of practice. But that's something to note if you see slippage of some players in practice. Boom, boom, boom. Backpedaling. Coming up for the ball. Smooth on that. He's got some smooth feet. Looks like it's getting ready to rain down there. You see the trees and the sky and the overcast. So keep that in mind for the practices here in the next few days, just in case. I don't know. I'm not a weatherman or I even pay attention to the weather. I just wake up and see what's going on. But that's something to pay attention to. Out here getting her coaching or one-on-one time. Or one-on-one time, you see that? Looks like this is right in the start. Right in the start. However, that extra attention's huge for him because he's doing extra. He's doing extra, so he should get extra attention. Always dancing. You know what? I saw in the comments on some of the videos, because one of the last ones had a lot of his dancing in there. It's honestly whatever gets him in the flow state, honestly. Whatever gets him in the flow state. That's the thing about it. If that allows him to be loose, allows him to focus, then it is. And it's probably how he's always been. Boom, having fun out there. You don't get to where you have that type of cardio in you to play both sides of the ball, playing all those snaps at Colorado without loving what you do. Because you're working out hard behind the scenes. And we see workout clips here and there, but I guarantee there's a lot more. I guarantee there's a lot more of him working out hard behind the scenes, doing cardio, just running. There's more than the average player. I guarantee there's more with diet. I guarantee there's more with this kid than what's you're seeing when it comes to work ethic. That's what I'm guaranteeing you. To be able to play both sides of the ball that well. I mean, we're looking at a player here. Look at the feet. Look at the feet. That ground's tore up. That ground's tore up. And I'm mentioning this because people questioned his route running, rookie camp, and then last year, around training camp, they cut off the cameras actually in training camp for the beat writers. Like, it was slim pickings. Some days they'll allow it, but they cut off the camera, so you just could only hear what the beat writers could say. But they were saying similar things about Brian Thomas Jr. So you got to think about that. They were saying his route running wasn't up to snuff. And I look at the turf. I know it rains a lot down there. Look how torn up it is. Look how torn up it is. That's why I give rookies grace too. And I always look at everything. On the other thing, when we mentioned that, he's a two-way player, so treat him like a two-way player. Treat him like a two-way player. Allow him some time to develop. Allow him the time to build the finer nuances more at wide receiver, defensive back for the NFL level. Just allow that to happen. He's probably going to be good both ways, but also allow him to happen. Like, even if he's playing good, still give him grace because he could get better and should get better. That's the thing of what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's going to be bad to good. I'm saying, hey, give him some grace, allow him to develop, because what you're seeing now, it's going to be better in the future. There he is, getting coached up. Extra attention, because you're given extra attention on both ways. I understand it. And you can tell this is before practice because look at the turf. It's still around. It's still around now. Look how beat up it is. But we're getting a lot of work at defensive back. We're with the DBs today. We'll see where he's at tomorrow. We got 3 days of minicamp. Minicamp different from OTAs. Things are a little bit more extensive. They're dropping more of the playbook in, usually with teams. And then on top of that, with minicamp, it's mandatory. Mandatory for these players, the top-end vets. Yeah, contract settlements and disputes. You know what I'm saying. Mandatory. That being said, you got more of the players there. He's excited. He's playing around. He's loose. He's a loose player. He's open. That's leadership, too, on the field because you're comfortable in your skin. That's the thing about that. That's leadership, too, because you're comfortable in your skin. You're going to speak up because you're not afraid to be yourself. And that is an easy clue. That doesn't mean if you're not doing that, you're not being yourself either. It's just an easy clue from you're watching from afar, from Ohio doing these clips, talking on YouTube, and you're watching that. You can definitely tell. And you played at a high level at 2 different collegiate programs. You were a high-end 5-star recruit. You were a top-end prospect wire to wire, and then through the draft and right now. Like wire to wire from high school to FCS to Colorado to the draft to now, high-end prospect. That's what you're getting from Travis Hunter. Wire to wire, we've been a stud. So some way, some form, and I'll say it in that terms because we're playing both ways, you're going to get a stud. Now, fantasy football-wise for Travis Hunter, give him some grace. Like, don't expect him to be everything off the bat, but I would expect him to get better. Now, if he starts off good, I expect him to get better. If he starts off so-so, I expect him, like I've been saying, the same take, I expect him to get better over time. I just expect it. Because he's downloading more than the average player. But talent-wise, it's up there. I think Brian Thomas Jr. is going to help him, and he's going to help Brian Thomas Jr. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to get some good help. Brian Thomas Jr., I doubt, takes a step back at all. I think as long as Trevor Lawrence is healthy and Brian Thomas Jr. is proving he can play with other quarterbacks, I think that 4.3 speed, that twitchy release, his assertiveness in and out of the break and downfield, I think if you watched him throughout the draft process and what we were talking about, you wouldn't have been surprised about his breakout last year. I thought he was a good discount in drafts and all formats. And the discount's what you're really looking at when you're looking at the top-end players, not the top-end players everybody's drafting with their top capital. He was a little bit cheaper in the first round of rookie drafts, about a round or so cheaper than the other first-round wide receivers. He eventually started hitting. He's got speed to burn. And he plays a different role than Travis Hunter because of that 4.3 speed, that length, how he plays downfield. And then Hunter, that's going to allow him to breathe underneath and then develop. I think these two wide receivers are going to play well together. And I think over time, you're going to have 2 fantasy assets. Over time. I think Trevor Lawrence has the potential to take a step forward. And I think it's likely to happen. I can't see Travis Hunter at all being a bust. I just can't. It's just wire-to-wire, 5-star to the draft, top-end stud. And that not being a bust thing, though, to you fantasy numbers may not look at what you're the same as what you would think because he might be amazing on the defensive side at times to where that impacts him. And it's going to be it could be, there's a lot more realms of possibilities with a player like this. He could be very impactful in fantasy. I believe fantasy-wise, you got to give him some grace rookie season, but he's going to be out there. He's definitely going to have a good route participation rate. I believe it's going to be 70-80% pretty easy. He's going to be out there getting the good short to intermediate and targets. I think he's going to be getting good volume as we ramp out throughout the season. But you look at the wide receivers we had last year, look at what's there on the depth chart. It's an upgrade. It's an upgrade. And you got him and Brian Thomas Jr., and they're going to feed well off each other. And then we're going to be fed into the defensive side of the ball. I think you're going to have a good option here for the Jaguars. I think this is going to allow the Jaguars to be more upbeat on offense, too. It's going to help the whole team, for sure. It's going to help the run game as well, because we're going to be able to move the chains a little bit better. We're going to get ourselves in some better opportunities. Trevor Lawrence, got to stay healthy. We got to click. We got to start hitting to our Clemson upside, our high school recruiting profile upside. We got to start hitting to that. We really haven't. We've had our moments, but we have not hit to the potential upside that we looked at when he was coming out for the draft, even high school. If we can start getting to there, and now we got two weapons here, top-end draft prospects, Thomas Jr. and Hunter, man, it could be all systems go. Could be all systems go in this offense. We added more speed in the backfield, more running backs. Could be something to look at here. I expect them to bring some noise. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.